In a cozy, bustling little town nestled beside a whispering forest lived a boy named Leo. Leo wasn't like other children who dreamed of grand adventures. His greatest adventure was unfolding right in his own small shed, which he proudly called his innovation station. It was here, amidst gears, wires, and springs, that Leo dreamed of inventing things that would make the world a brighter, better place. Leo's biggest dream was to capture light itself. He wanted to create a device that could glow steadily and safely, bringing sunshine into the darkest corners, even after the sun had set. He envisioned homes filled with this gentle, unwavering light, making reading and working easier for everyone. One crisp morning, with Sparky, his curious ginger cat, curled up on a stack of blueprints, Leo carefully began his first serious attempt. He had gathered a thin wire, a glass jar, and a small battery. His heart thumped with excitement as he connected the pieces, hopeful this would be the day. "Just a little more perfect," Leo whispered, gently pushing the final connection. He held his breath, waiting for the magic to happen. For a split second, a tiny spark flickered within the jar, a hopeful glimmer of light. Then, with a soft pop, the wire snapped, and darkness swallowed the promise. A sigh escaped Leo's lips. He slumped onto his stool, picking up the broken wire. "It didn't work, Sparky," he mumbled to his feline companion, who rubbed against his leg, offering silent comfort. The disappointment was a heavy cloak. Just then, the door creaked open, and Professor Anya entered, her warm smile radiating kindness. She always knew when Leo needed a little lift. "What's the trouble, my young inventor?" she asked gently, her eyes twinkling. Leo explained his failed attempt, gesturing to the snapped wire. Professor Anya listened patiently, then picked up the broken piece. "Ah, a lesson learned, not a failure, Leo," she said, her voice soft but firm. "You've just discovered one way not to make a light. That's progress." Her words were like a small spark of their own, igniting Leo's spirit. He looked at the wire again, not as a symbol of defeat, but as a clue. "You're right," he exclaimed, his eyes lighting up. "It broke because it got too hot too fast. I need something stronger, something that can handle the heat." And so, Leo dove back into his work with renewed vigor. He tried different wires, copper, iron, even a piece of carbon from a pencil. Each time, Sparky watched from his perch, sometimes batting playfully at the wires as Leo laid them out, a silent, furry assistant. Some materials sparked briefly, some glowed for a few seconds before burning out, others simply wouldn't connect at all. The floor around Leo's workbench slowly became dotted with discarded wires and glass jars, each representing an idea that didn't quite work. Days turned into weeks, and Leo kept going. He tried thin wires, thick wires, short wires, long wires. He experimented with different gases inside the jars, trying to make the light last longer. His hands were often smudged, his hair a mess, but his mind never stopped working. The pile of failed attempts grew taller. Sometimes a wave of frustration would wash over Leo. He'd stare at the mountain of burnt wires and broken glass, feeling like he was chasing a rainbow he could never catch. Professor Anya noticed his growing weariness. She sat beside him one evening, placing a gentle hand on his shoulder. "Do you know, Leo," she began, "that every single one of those tells you something new? They are not failures. They are steps on the path. Each one narrows down the possibilities until you find the right one." Leo looked at the pile again, but this time, he saw it differently. He picked up a burnt piece of cotton thread. "This one taught me that cotton burns too quickly," he mused. Then he picked up a metal wire. "This one taught me that metal gets too hot without enough resistance." Each discarded piece was a lesson, a stepping stone. Suddenly, a new idea sparked in Leo's mind. He remembered a story Professor Anya had told him about a long-lost invention, a special kind of carbonized bamboo that was incredibly strong and resilient. "Bamboo!" he exclaimed, leaping up, startling Sparky, who was dozing nearby. "What if I carbonize a tiny bamboo filament?" He placed the tiny bamboo filament inside a specially prepared glass bulb, sealing it with precision. His heart pounded with a mix of hope and trepidation. This was his 1,000th and first attempt, each preceding one having led him here. With a deep breath, Leo connected the final wire to his battery. He looked at Professor Anya, who stood quietly by, a supportive smile on her face. Sparky had even stopped his playful antics and was watching, unusually still, from the workbench. Then, a soft, warm glow spread through the bamboo filament. It wasn't a spark, it wasn't a flash, it was a steady, beautiful, golden light. It filled the small bulb, then spread to illuminate Leo's face, Professor Anya's joyful smile, and Sparky's astonished emerald eyes. He had done it. The entire town gathered that evening, marveling at Leo's invention. The little bulb, born from countless attempts and endless perseverance, brought a new kind of light to their lives. Leo, standing beside his glowing invention, understood that true success wasn't about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from every single one of them. From that day on, whenever Leo faced a challenge, he remembered the 1,000 failures that had led him to his light bulb. He knew that every struggle, every setback, was just another step on the exciting path to discovery. And with every new invention, he always made sure there was a cozy spot for Sparky, his quiet, observant assistant.